What up, peeps? Y'all know who it is. Jake Torrance, a.k.a. Jakey Shade. A.k.a. I much prefer y'all call me Little Tony. I am Little Tony. Double salute, pops, to a certified real one. The most certified real one I know. A.k.a. I don't feel like turning around. Jakey, the cobra back motherfucking snaky. Yes, I do. Hey, man. Let's talk about how we got treated back then, via punishments, and how these kids get treated now. It's like night and day, bro, for most kids. Now, the way they used to treat us back in the day, bro, and I know I sound old. I'm a 70s baby. I'm 50. But, boy, from when I was in kindergarten, I remember I went to a Catholic school by the name of St. Paul's. It was a church slash school. My mom sent us there. In which my mom would tell you stories. I was, my kindergarten, no, my first grade. Kindergarten, I was a nightmare. First grade, my first grade teacher, Miss Allen, had a wig, these big penitentiary glasses. I made her job hell, miserable, all the time. This was the first lady I seen cry tears to my mom at parent-teacher conference and tell her how fucking bad I was. Made my mom cry. That's how I seen this lady cry and tell my mom how bad I was, how much I made her day such a nightmare. And then it made my mother cry. But the way they used to punish us, bro, they would make us stick out our hands and they would hit us with a ruler. Pop. On our hand. They was allowed to do shit like that. And the way they used to, I'm shooting a video, Arch. Going back out there. The way this, my grandboy. The way they used to, our mothers and fathers, even the neighbors, bro, it was that. It takes a village to raise a child mentality. So most of the time, especially on your street, I stayed on 6th Street, in which everybody up and down from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill, we knew, because everybody had lived there for a while. Yeah, it was a couple houses where, the turnover was high. It was different people there, every couple of years or whatever. But for the most part, 6th Street, just like most other streets, had their base core of people where everybody stayed up that street, and you was either familiar with those people or you had a good rapport with those people. So it was like if it was a village raised a child. So if you got caught doing something, or you was down the street doing something with your friends or doing some shit you wasn't supposed to, the neighbor who knew your mother was good friends, they had all rights to whip your ass, right? And this was facts. Mothers and fathers wouldn't get mad at, don't touch my kid shit. They was, that's what you get. And then when you got there, your mom or your pops would whip your ass too. So it was a double ass whipping, right? It was a nice job to the neighbors, or it might be your aunt, your uncle, whatever. Cousin whip your ass. Because we had a lot of family on our street. And they would let them whip your ass. And then when you came back, they would whip your ass. True facts. Anybody 70s, they know this shit, right? And I'm going to tell you where we fell off at. So, motherfucker, then when you get home, let me tell you, outside of an extension cord, I have been beat. My father, Big Tony, I'm Little Tony. I wouldn't take none of them ass whippings back, not to this day. But boy, you talking about belts, switches, chairs, objects. And I'm talking about belts and switches, ass naked, birthday suit, like if you fucked up. And me, I was the middle child, younger sister, older brother. And boy, if you were a middle child, you know that a lot of ass, I got, let's see, I bet you I got 10 times the ass whipping. I can count on one hand the ass whippings, one finger on the ass whippings my sister got. That was my dad, mom's baby. Baby girl, she's a girl. My older brother, I can count on one hand how many ass whippings he got. Me, I got so many ass whippings, it was retarded. I'm recording the video.
I know, I want to be a part of it.
Long. See that? See how she here? So I count on one hand how many times my older brother got, man, me. And a lot of this shit was my fault, bro. I was a natural class clown, natural class flirt. I needed the attention from others. I was a class disruptor from day one. I disturbed the class and kept other students from learning because the teacher was so busy yelling at me, had their attention on me, that they couldn't teach the other class right. So a lot of it. Some of it come from just Pops having a bad day and him needing a vent and take some shit out on him. If I forget to take the trash out, take his belt off and get whipped my ass, you know what I'm saying? But it was allowed. It was nothing for you to go to school and have fucking switch marks, belt marks, that type of shit on you, and it's just normal. Teachers wouldn't report it, principals wouldn't report it, students wouldn't report it, you know? And I thank Pops for every one of those ass whoopings because it made me into the man. I remember my dad was this type of dad. I knew I would do wrong if it was to a certain extent. Now, if it was just too bad, he was going to snatch me up right there on the spot. You know what I'm saying? I remember a lot of days him telling me to go upstairs, take all my clothes off, right? And it was just, what was you going to get your ass whipped with? And we had trees, all type of trees in our yard. We stayed in the house, a duplex, big duplex. We had apple trees, pear trees. We had a grapevine. We had cherry trees. We had what else we had? We had so many different trees and shit growing around so it was just which vine was you gonna get whipped with. Some vines were stronger than others, you know what I'm saying? Some whips were stronger than others. You're lucky if you got the belt, you know? I wouldn't take none of them back. I remember my dad used to get mad and stand over top of me, and this is why I fear no man to this day, but God. You know what I'm saying? I won't let no man bully me, punk me, or get the first hit off on me to this day. I don't give a fuck if you're size of King Kong, right? No fear whatsoever. Lord, no, I ain't lying. My dad taught me that the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And he also taught me that motherfucking the lessons, the grit, you know what I'm saying? How to survive, you know what I'm saying? How to do right from wrong. So when he whipped me with them ass whippings taught me was, I ain't fearing nobody. After seeing my dad stand over top of me, and I know he was about to hit me with something, he get madder and madder. He start raising his voice, and just the feeling of just the scariness, Lord, like you know the hit coming, and you just empty, right? You got to stand there, right? You know it's coming because it's building up, and then finally he just, boom, get on upstairs again. Or just start beating me up the steps, right? Ever since then, can't no man come in my cipher and act like he angry or mad or act like he gonna fucking put his hands on me. Because know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sock the shit out your ass first, or I'm gonna defend myself at the highest capability and level. Ask anybody that know me. And I ain't bragging or boasting, but I ain't no pushover. I don't give a fuck who you is, right? So that taught me that's why I said I wouldn't take none of them back. But it was nothing for me to hear other kids, my friends, getting their ass beat. Seeing other friends coming with belt marks, switch marks, extension cord was the hot item for a lot of parents. That's just cruel and unjust to me. But it was to the point, you can ask my kids, man. I didn't change over because of this soft shit and just let kids have their way like a lot of these parents is. And it's because of the moms and the lack thereof fathers, right? In the household, especially black fathers. But what made me say I was going to be the type of father that I am today, because I had so many ass whippings, bro. Ass whipping after ass whipping. It would work for a couple of days, and I would be right back in the class cutting up, and Pops would be right back whipping my ass. It would work for a few days, and it was a great scare tactic for a lot of parents to use back in the day, because they were just scared to live the fear of God, put the fear of God in their kids via the belt, the switch, or whatever. And nobody wants, especially a scary kid. I wasn't a scary kid. I was a risk taker, man. I knew the shit that I was doing, I could get my ass beat for it. But it was like if I got caught or if he found out type shit. If they found out, I'd take that licking, and boy, it was a licking. I keep on ticking though. But nowadays, you know how these kids, man, these parents is. And this is why football is the way it is today, man. The midget league football and all that shit. Bro, when I played, my moms and pops, no mothers was in the game, bro. Mothers would make it like make us food and stuff before practice, or maybe drop us off, bro. I would see everybody's fathers either dropping their kids off or participating in the activities, right? And their kids. And like, it was nothing back then. It was nothing I remember my father standing, and the coach, the 69-year-old guy I personal trained, used to be my midget league coach, one of the most feared midget league coaches and junior high coaches around. I'm talking about he was a great coach, but he was a mean motherfucker, right? I can remember me messing up on the play, and my dad standing right there on the sideline in the game watching. Coach grabbed me by my face mask, shook. He was spitting, shook me like he was my dad. I fucked up. My dad, this is common, dads didn't say shit because they was mad. Dad was mad at me for fucking up. I went right out. The next time we got on the other, back on defense, got an interception for a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Because that woke us up. We were so used to our parents putting that harsh shit on us that it was nothing for a coach to do it to us. You know what I'm saying? These kids nowadays, they can't take it. You know why? Because their moms be, don't take my kid, talk to my kid like that. How come my kid didn't get in the game? Soon as we start letting our moms voice their opinions, right? Paying for, like I remember when I was coaching baseball, lady, they started this rotation shit where everybody got to play because moms just letting their kids come home, that's already subpar, can't play, ain't even supposed to be out there, but they not practice. Only time they practice or work on the game is at practice. They ain't getting better, fucking the whole game up, right? And these are the type moms letting their kids come home, don't work on the game. They jump on their phones, they jump on their laptops, they jump on their goddamn video games. But these the moms that think that their kids that should play all the time or say should get in the game, right? One mom said, I paid $75 for Timmy to play. I said, well, you wasted your motherfucking money, is what I told her. Huh? Because Timmy barely come to practice, right? He miss a day a week or two, and he need all the practice he can get. He ain't practicing when he get at home, right? He ain't getting in till like we get in. We used to get in. Or not me, because I played and I practice on my game. You know when the second and third string was second and third string. Y'all ain't getting in unless somebody get hurt. And y'all need to fill in, or unless motherfucker we blowing the team out. It ain't no everybody get to play. Huh? Only the good kids get to play, to know what the hell they doing and understand the game. And until these second stringers either work on their game and fight and beat somebody out for a spot, they gonna do like I said, get in when somebody get hurt on first string, or if it's a blowout. Now these kids, oh, Johnny can't hit him. At school, we used to get paddles, bro. From St. Paul's on up, we used to get paddles. These teachers actually had motherfucking custom-made paddles. Every teacher had a different paddle. Some of them had holes cut in them. Some of them had thick paddles. Some of them had long handles. It was all on the teacher. They thought they got the best swing to cause the most damage to your ass cheeks. And boy, I got so many paddles, to the point, you know what fucked the paddles up? But my kids start leaving, that the father start leaving the household, huh? Mom start having to say so, and they start saying, don't put your hands on my fucking kid, badass kid who I ain't got no control of, that's in the disrupting class, huh? They ain't got no home self-control or no home training, huh? Don't put, and it's talking to his elder teacher, smarter like a fucking like his peers, cussing him. But don't put your hands on them. That's the mentality we got, man. That's what changed the whole ball game. And I don't care what nobody say, man. Soon as we start letting get the feminine side of shit and all the male dominance, the alpha males stop controlling the football, the leagues, huh? The everything, the manhood part of it. And it was just that so many moms, single moms raising these little boys and girls. Now they got to say so in the matter, right? Now Timmy's got to play no matter what. If he suck, if he don't come to practice, if he don't work on his game. That's the way all these midget leagues and shit, now they playing rotation. So now you got to coach toward not only your first string just getting the lead, but you might have some second string who ain't even supposed to play unless somebody get hurt or we blowing them out. Now they got to get in. Huh? Now this little lead to the first string, motherfucking built up. The second string lost because they second string is a little bit better. Man, it's terrible, bro. It's terrible. It's just like the NFL and shit. The contact, how you can barely hit a quarterback without getting a personal foul now, or barely hit a receiver coming across the middle without, you got to motherfucking think Fast as the game is, how you hit them, how you lead, or you gonna fuck a play. Instead of back in the day when Lester Hayes or motherfucking one of them safeties or cornerbacks, hard, heavy hitting safeties or cornerbacks come and ding a motherfucker, knock their helmet, everything, shield, everything off, right? No flag, no penalty, nothing. Real man's game, man. So I'm gonna tell y'all, that's what happened, man. I don't agree with a lot of the punishments that was allowed back in the day, but I do think that a good, swift ass whipping or the threat of one, right, will keep a lot of these kids, and a good father in their house, it definitely would, always, keep a lot of these kids from acting and reacting the way they do towards their elders, because the respect, these kids nowadays, they don't even respect their goddamn parents. They get smart with their parents in-house or parent. What the fuck they think about their uncle or their teacher or somebody saying something to them? These kids now, if you ain't driving got a big ass diamond necklace around your neck, if you ain't driving a big ass car, you ain't got something going on social media, or if you working a 9 to 5, these kids looking at you like you in their fucking way of life. Like you done lasted all this time and they don't know we the ones that make the world go round. Right? Like, share, subscribe, follow, man. That's what fucked the game up to me, man. How they used to treat us, whip us back then, compared to how they do us now, completely different story. And I got enough ass whippings to where I said I was gonna never touch my kids or whip my kids, man. I never did, my boys or my girls, man. I just felt like I was right back doing it, getting in trouble, and I felt like it was just not the way for me, especially my daughters. What I like beat my daughters, man. Whipping them for doing something wrong, man, my babies. My boys, I done jacked jaw up a couple of times, like grabbed him and had his feet dangling. But never just took my belt off and whipped their ass. Jake never, he was too good of a kid, man. Like, share, subscribe, follow, man. Comment on what y'all think, man. What leaned everything toward the way that it is, as far as the whipping, like the kids being treated so soft nowadays. Parents going to jail behind just yelling at their kids or disciplining their kids the way they want to discipline them. Let me know what y'all think, man. For the meanwhile, let me tell y'all who I am, man. It's Jake, little Thony.